Beloved Creator of all that is, in all that is, there is more unseen than seen, more invisible than visible. One aspect is the spiritual versus the material. Another is notion or belief. Generally, we attribute sight and understanding to the eyes and the brain, both receptors and interpreters of that which comes into our awareness. With sight, we are quickly able to assess the stimulus, perhaps organize, categorize, or judge, accept, or reject that which we see. Because we have eyesight, it is not a given that we can truthfully see what is before our very eyes. There is a phrase, seeing is believing, and for many this is true. For others, they see what it is they believe, even if that belief, self-evolved or fed, rings the truth bell. If a person believes that someone they encounter appears to be less than, perhaps poor, dirty, foul-mouthed, or unattractive, but for whatever reason, but who they encounter has wisdom and intelligence to share, it will be more likely they reject the message and the messenger. We are conditioned to prejudge based on our personal experience or appearance, and even more by the drilled-in deceptions with which we have been programmed and indoctrinated. Explaining to others what some of us know to be true challenges their cognitive dissonance so greatly that not only are the foreign ideas rejected, so much so that they cannot see the truth, but also so much that they no longer will see the person or persons delivering the message that does not match their system of belief. Thus, complete rejection can and does ensue. It is our ultimate challenge, particularly now in our fed culture, the supposed information age, to be able to communicate with those who fail to see what others see. Whatever it is, once the truth is seen, it cannot be unseen. Many simply refuse to make or take the effort and time to refresh their thinking, to see things differently. Creator, it is our prayer that the gift of seeing beyond the material 3D world opens up so that a greater consciousness can prevail. Those who think themselves open-minded and inclusive may be best to consider new notions worth exploring, because seeing is not limited to eyesight alone, but to a willingness to invite in the things we fear, the thoughts that are foreign or unfamiliar, the possibilities and shifts that can grow our world beyond the obscured vision of darkness and limitations. We acknowledge, beloved, that you have gifted us the tools of seeing and improving eyesight for more expansive and harmonious reality. May it be a universal acceptance that the most important idea, above all, is the idea of love. For where there is love, all we see is the oneness of your creation. Let it be so, and so it is.
Hello. On Oregon, the 33rd state among the several states of the Union. Our former governor, Kate Brown, and the current governor, Tina Kotek, are both convicted with incontrovertible evidence by our Article 3, Article 7, Amendment 7, Civilian Common Law Court of Record. They have no honor and may not hold a position of trust. The grand jury, arraignment, and trial jury results are found, signed, sealed, stamped, witness, proof of service, published at www.orsja.org, 3 Portland cable TV channels, YouTube, and Brighteon, by our Article 1, Section 1 Social Compact, aka Oregon Statewide Jural Assembly, without rebuttal for over 7 years. However, the last 7 secretaries of state and 3 deputy secretaries of state have not fulfilled their obligations of their office. We have not had a lawful election on Oregon since 1910. None of them have produced the Oregon statehood documents, 1859. None have produced the proof of Article 7 amended, with multiple opportunities in the last 8 years. Tobias Reed, the number 1, and Michael Kaplan, the number 2 at state, both failed to appear when subpoenaed. And we had it right on Salem, front of the State House. They didn't show. They are unable to support their claims. 89 out of 90 Oregon legislatures broke their oath January 21st, 2021. They were presented to a grand jury, which issued a true bill to our civilian common law court of record. They were convicted of having no honor and unfit for a position of trust. The Oregon judiciary, the bogus Article 7 amended, the black robe members of the Oregon State Bar have acquiesced and defaulted twice, having no honor and unfit for position of trust. Last dated November 2022. When a claim is made, then the claim must be supported with evidence. The state of Oregon, aka all cap state of Oregon, the Salem oligarchy, is simulating illegal action. It is de facto. Black's Law, 6th edition, page 416, illegal or illegitimate. They claim to be the government on Oregon, legitimate since 1859. They refuse to show the evidence. They are de facto color of law bogus RICO enterprise. The Oregon National Guard has refused to schedule a meeting with their commanding general. He was appointed by a bogus governor. His predecessor and Kate Brown did away with our constitutionally required militia. The Oregon State Police Superintendent was also appointed by a bogus governor. He refuses to meet with our civilian common law provisional government on Oregon. The Oregon State Police still harbors those that murdered Robert Lavoy Finicum on Oregon. That will not stand. Kate Brown and the legislature made a statute that it was okay. 36 Oregon sheriffs, all members of the Oregon State Sheriff's Association, were brought before a grand jury, and there was a true bill, an arraignment, and a jury trial, and they were all convicted. There was a verdict. They do not comply with ORS 206, DPSST, county HR, and recorder. They were all notified, then with postings on 9 county bulletin boards for 60 days. We did it 30 and then did it 30 again. There's no excuse. They are all aware that they do not have the credentials to occupy the office of sheriff. ORS 206 requires the county officials to remove any sheriff unlawfully occupying the office of sheriff. The Yamhill County Commissioners have heard the testimony from 6 members of our assembly, a court, and 3 marshals during their October meeting. Sam, the sheriff, will not self-correct. That's our first choice. Sam, self-correct. Or be removed from office. The only alternative to a sheriff without proper bona fides occupying the office of sheriff is to leave. So what we have on Oregon is an unconstitutional form of government. We have play pretend, color of law, de facto, and they know it. It's in charge. It has been for 115 years. That doesn't make it lawful. That doesn't make it correct. It just means that those people in charge are powers that should not be. That's the reason for the Oregon Statewide Jural Assembly, to return Oregon to a constitutional Republican form of government 2025. Excuse me. A quart of warm water, a little bit of salt, lemon, and apple cider vinegar every morning. It's supposed to do wonders. I'm still alive, so I guess it's working. Let's discuss what's going on. We have riots downtown Portland. We have Antifa doing their thing. That should not happen. We have a social democrat in charge. And the people that know she is not legitimate permit this. That's misprision of felony. When you know and you're in the position of authority that a particular individual, in this case, Tina Kotek, is without honor, is convicted, was illegally elected, and you're a sheriff and you do nothing, and you are in the Oregon State Police and you do nothing, and you know any reasonable person will look at the evidence and they know this has been done properly. Article 1, Section 1, a social compact on Oregon. All power is inherent in the people, and that's us. Not some individual walking down the street claiming he has all the power, but a social compact as actually required by our Constitution, the one that they will not show. If they show it, they remove themselves from office. That's just how it is. I don't know the way around it without sheriffs. Now, the sheriffs are going to meet this month in Bend. And we have asked, and one of the sheriffs have asked, to have Charlie and Cynthia address them and explain to them what we're doing. Now, if what we're doing is evil, wicked, or against the rules, or against the law, or against the Constitution, or you could find some way to penalize us for telling the truth, you would. If you are de facto, color of law, incorporated governance. It's not government. They have no authority. Their authority is assumed. If a pirate takes something, they don't own it. They just possess it. It must be taken back. They're not going to give it back. People that steal, that's what they do. They rob. They take what is not theirs from those that own it. It does not change the ownership. You have to do it yourself. Each sheriff has to comprehend that they have to actually be the sheriff, not to play pretend color of law. We cannot handle the color of law, play pretend sheriffs anymore. So what are we going to do? We're going to have the county commissioners remove them from office. The county commissioners have a responsibility to their county, to the people in their county, not to the persons in their county, not to the corporations in their county. Excuse me. They have an obligation to the people in their county. Persons are considered to be corporate entities. They want to include human beings as persons, but we're not. We're people. There is a definition. So, when you have the opportunity, sign up to get rid of voting by mail. You vote at a poll. You make sure you're registered. And those that are holding the register, make sure that you are. And only Oregonians vote. Foreigners do not. Illegal immigrants do not. Migrants being here without authority do not. I yield.
This is Bill. I'm with the Oregon Statewide Jural Assembly. This is a statement for the sheriffs. Sheriffs, one and all, the ball is in your court. We kicked it into your jurisdiction, which is separate from ours. Alas, it really is one team, you and us. It is, or rather should be, one jurisdiction. Your training, probably from childhood, has been to join the realm of the corporate jurisdiction, which is the entity that pays you to do what you do. You can join our team, that of the people, with a simple turn in mind switch. A tool to assist in the process is to consider taking a proper oath to the proper constitution with its original jurisdiction and with the laws of nature and of nature's God, as stated in our unanimous Declaration of the 13th United States of America. The last several months, we have posted and made publicly available what we consider a proper oath for the persons in our governance. Sheriffs are our first effort at insisting on proper oath, for it is the sheriffs who are in their county positions to protect and defend the people who ticketed from ticketing or sending people to the illegitimate amended Article 7 courts that should not be. From governance, overreach, and taxation that takes seniors' equity, their forever home, and all they're possessed by enforcing convictions. It's like a shift in the mind. It is the recognition of one's allegiance to life and that which is God-given, rather than criminalizing living God-made beings for a dead corporate entity. Our sheriffs are our first protection against governance overreach. Taking a solemn oath is needed for there to be a remedy in our authoritative system of governance. Once a sheriff cognizes the importance of a proper oath, they can see themselves as one with the people rather than a corporate entity meant to enforce our compliance to the bidding of the state. Therein is offered greater freedom, cooperation, and peace in all our dealings. Let it be so.
Hello, my name's Ron Vroom, and I'm the old white man talking head for the Oregon Statewide Jural Assembly. Excuse me. Winter's upon us. I just came in from outside. The machine's all warmed up and ready to go. And so am I. There is no substitute for altitude in aviation. There's just none. There are several things that are similar. And we're in that phase right now, where either you have what it takes to elevate yourself and to get over this hump in the road, whatever you want to call it, 115 years of fraud. To get past that, we have to have enough height or elevation or altitude to do the right thing, to make the correct decision. Take a proper oath. From this moment on, you're going to do your best and really give it your best shot. Give it an effort. Do the honorable thing. That's right where we are. Excuse me, it's not going to get better, and I have to get this said. Our sheriffs have to do the proper job. That's not an option. That's not get together and decide whether you're going. No. You each individually must make your choice. We're open. And praying we can get over this hump in the road or get around this corner, or however you see it, the transition from de facto to jure, putting the fraud of Article 7 amended behind us. There is no place in a constitutional republic for a guild such as the Oregon State Bar to function as it is a fettered judiciary and guild. That's not what we're guaranteed. You don't get to do that. You are caught. We are no longer deceived. Now, we bring a court of 4 at least to communicate with you folks. We've done the work. You know we've done the work. It's signed, sealed, stamped, witnessed, proof of service, published. It's not like it's play pretend. We knock on your door in the flesh and blood and provide you with documentation, instruments of law, and still you proceed doing the de facto bidding of the powers that should not be. That's confusing. But we are thoroughly convinced that the sheriff has to make the step to the side of honor recognize de facto and jure, and no longer support de facto. There will be a proper Article 7 common law on the counties as provided by our Constitution, and we'll do it properly without deception. Now, the sheriffs have to do their very best. It's required when you take a solemn oath. This is not some kind of horseradish invention here. This is a long time coming, but it's here. You have to do the right thing, or you're exposed doing the wrong thing, and then where in hell's your honor? Can't have it both ways. Same goes for the judges and the justices and so forth. Wally Carson talked about it. Didn't happen. Milt Mitchell gave it a shot. Didn't happen. The Constitution Party gave it a shot. Didn't happen. But it is happening now. You have to do it. We can't do it for you. No one can do it but yourself. And we need it to be done. All of us. Let's not play pretend. Just do it. And I yield.
They do not want to let go of this. They do not intend on losing here. And we do not intend giving it back to them.
And then the bullets started flying. And then he jumps out of the car. And he's got both his hands up. And he got out of the car, and he had his hands in the air. He's like, just shoot me then. This is what you want, to shoot me. And they did. They shot him dead. With his hands in the air, and I saw it. I swear to God. He was just walking with his hands in the air. And they shot him. And they shot him dead, and then after he was down on the ground, they shot him 3 more times.